Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Before going to the video, those who are not subscribed our channel, subscribe it and also click the bell button. We are going to see about Poynting theorem. Poynting theorem states that the net power leaving a given volume through its surface is equal to the rate of decrease of stored electromagnetic energy in that volume minus the conduction losses. Mathematically, it is expressed as surface integral of P vector dot ds is equal to minus volume integral of dou by dou t into half mu h square plus half epsilon e square into dv minus volume integral of E vector dot j vector into dv. Here P vector is the Poynting vector and mu is the permeability of the medium, h is the magnetic field intensity, epsilon is the permittivity of the medium, E is the electric field intensity and J is the current density. This represents that the total power leaving the volume through its surface S is equal to the rate of decrease of stored electromagnetic energy. The electromagnetic energy is decreasing, hence it is represented as minus sign, minus the conduction loss is nothing but ohmic power dissipated due to charge motion. This Poynting theorem is also known as work energy theorem or the energy conservation law in electromagnetism. Next is the Poynting vector. In the Poynting theorem expression, the term integral of P vector dot ds represents the amount of electromagnetic energy crossing the closed surface per second or the rate of flow of outward energy through the surface S enclosing a volume V. And this P vector is called as the Poynting vector and it is expressed as P vector is equal to E vector cross H vector. E is the electric field intensity and H is the magnetic field intensity. This Poynting vector can also be defined as the quantity of energy per unit time per unit area that is carried by an electromagnetic wave when it propagates through space. Energy per unit time is nothing but power, so it can also be defined as the quantity of power per unit area carried by an electromagnetic wave when it propagates through space. This Poynting vector is an actual vector and it has both magnitude as well as direction. The direction of this Poynting vector is in the same direction as the velocity of the propagating wave. The unit of Poynting vector is joule per second into meter square or watt per meter square. Next is the average Poynting vector. Suppose the electric and magnetic fields varies instantaneously sinusoidally with time, that is E of t is equal to Em into e power j omega t. Here Em is the maximum amplitude of electric field and H of t is equal to Hm into E of j omega t. Hm is the maximum amplitude of magnetic field. Omega is the angular frequency in radians. For this instantaneous time varying fields, the average value of instantaneous Poynting vector or power density over a time period is given by P average is equal to half into real part of E into H conjugate. Conjugate is nothing but it is the negative of imaginary part. The average Poynting vector or power density is a meaningful quantity because it gives the actual power flow at that location. The instantaneous power gives the amount of power oscillating back and forth around a point plus the actual power flow at the point. For real power flow, the following two conditions have to be satisfied. First is the electric and magnetic fields should cross each other. And the second condition is the electric and magnetic fields should not be in time quadrature. That is, they should not be 90° out of phase with each other. The electric and magnetic fields should not be in time quadrature. That is 90° out of phase with each other. And one important note is that if the electric and magnetic fields are parallel or in time quadrature, they do not constitute any power flow. Next is power density of a uniform plane wave. Consider a uniform plane wave traveling in z direction and its electric field is oriented along x direction and its magnetic field is oriented along y direction. That is, E vector is equal to Em into e power j omega t into x cap. X cap is nothing but the unit vector along x direction. Similarly, H vector is equal to Hm into e power j omega t into y cap. Y cap is the unit vector along y direction. Here, the magnetic field can be represented in terms of electric field. That is, we know that E by H is equal to eta. Eta is nothing but intrinsic wave impedance of the wave. Therefore, H vector can be written as Em by eta into e power j omega t into y cap. Now, the average power density of the wave is P average is equal to half into real part of cross H vector conjugate, which is equal to P average is equal to half into real part of Em e power j omega t into Em by eta into e power j omega t the whole conjugate, the whole into x cap cross y cap. Now the average power is half into real part of Em e power j omega t into the conjugate we are writing as Em divided by eta into e power minus j omega t, because conjugate is nothing but negative of imaginary part, into x cap cross y cap, which is equal to half into real part of Em square by eta conjugate into x cap cross y cap is nothing but z cap, because z vector is mutually perpendicular to x cap and y cap. This equation can be written in terms of magnetic field intensity as, which is equal to half into real part of eta into Hm square into z cap. Z cap is the unit vector, which is equal to P average is equal to Em square divided by 2 into real part of 1 by eta conjugate, which is equal to Hm square by 2 into real part of eta. For a lossless dielectric medium, the intrinsic wave impedance eta is a real number and it is given by eta is equal to square root of mu by epsilon. Mu is the permeability and eta is the permittivity. Now, the intrinsic wave impedance eta can be written as square root of mu naught into mu r divided by epsilon naught into epsilon r, which is equal to square root of mu naught by epsilon naught into square root of mu r by epsilon r. Mu naught is the permeability of free space and epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. By substituting the values, we have eta is equal to 120 pi into square root of mu r by epsilon r. For air medium, the value of relative permeability mu r and relative permittivity epsilon r is 1. Hence, the intrinsic wave impedance will be eta is equal to 120 pi, which is equal to 377 ohms. Now the average power density of the wave is P average is equal to Em square by 2 into eta. Here Em is the maximum amplitude. In terms of RMS value, Em can be written as square root of 2 into ERMS, which is nothing but ERMS square by eta. Hence the average power density of the wave in terms of RMS value is ERMS square by eta. Next, let us see the previous year's questions. First question, Pointing vector for an electromagnetic wave is. This question was asked in December 2014. First one, H vector dot E vector. Second option, H vector cross E vector. Third option, E vector cross H vector. Fourth option, E vector dot H vector. Here we know that the pointing vector is nothing but E vector cross H vector. Hence, answer C is correct. Second question. This question was asked in December 2019. If the Poynting vector or power density of a transverse electromagnetic wave is equal to 79.6 watt per meter square in a lossless medium, that is sigma is equal to 0, with epsilon r is equal to 4, then the magnitude of electric field is option A 86.62 volt per meter inverse, option B 173.23 volt per meter inverse, option C 122.5 volt per meter inverse, option D 43.30 volt meter inverse. Here the correct answer is option C. Let us see how we got this. The Poynting vector or power density of a transverse electromagnetic wave is given by P average is equal to E square by eta. Here E is the RMS value, where eta is the intrinsic wave impedance, and it is given by eta is equal to square root of mu by epsilon, which is equal to square root of mu naught into mu r divided by epsilon naught into epsilon r, which is nothing but square root of mu naught by epsilon naught into square root of mu r by epsilon r, which is nothing but 377 into square root of 1 by 4. They have given the relative permittivity value as 4. So substituting for that, we have eta, that is the intrinsic wave impedance, has 188.5 ohms. From the formula of average power density, we get the formula for magnitude of electric field of transverse electromagnetic wave as E is equal to square root of eta into P average. So substituting for P average and eta, we have 188.5 into 79.6 is equal to square root of 15004.6, which is equal to 122.49 volt per meter inverse. Hence the magnitude of electric field of the transverse electromagnetic wave is 122.49 volt per meter inverse. Thanks for watching the video. For more videos, don't forget to subscribe our channel.